fielder, number 9.
You're listening to High School Sports on Eastern Iowa's Variety Station, Mix 94.7, KMCH, Manchester.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Fort Dodge and the consolation round of Class 2A state softball. We've got Beckman Catholic and Wapello here out on the field. Beautiful day for softball. Fluffy clouds in the sky, comfortable position, upper 70s, light breeze, and it's going to be a nice day for these teams to wrap up their years. Wapello lost to a number 1 rated North Lynn last night, 6-0, and Beckman Catholic dropped that close game to Mount Air 3-2. In so many of those calls, what a strange game that was. I'm sure if you listened to it on the radio, you were just as confused as those of us that actually saw it happen. But nonetheless, here we are. They're going to wrap it up here. Both teams here. Final game, they don't play it out. They just play one more consolation game. And then we're going to have, and that will be it. So let's take a look at the starting lineup first off for Wapello. Leading off is junior Emma Reed, followed by sophomore Sammy Ewert, then Maddie Reed, another junior, Sarah Schaefer, Sam Smith, another senior, Tony Bolin, a sophomore, Anissa Noah, a sophomore, freshman Morgan Rickenberger, followed by sophomore Aaliyah Lowling. So the Wapello starting a senior pitcher on the mound. And for Beckman Catholic, who will be the home team today, leading off is senior Heather Beckenstead. Second batter is sophomore Jaden Welling, followed by senior Sydney Mustafa, who's going to be on the mound. Cameron Kloff is catching. Emily Wilco is in right field. Shay Steffen is at third base. The fitter did a great job yesterday. And in left field, Nell McDermott, and she's playing left, and followed by Keely Schmidt, who's at first base. So Beckman in there, of course, they're green and blue uniforms out there. We're directly behind home plate. Nice crowd on hand here. We're down on Dodger Stadium, if you're familiar with Fort Dodge. It's just down the hill from Diamond 2. And they kind of take on a little bit of an atmosphere of the major leaguers. They've got a beautiful shaded shelter off to the right with the kind of a pattern that goes up and down on the roof. And then they've got a huge scoreboard off to the right field as well. Stefan on the mound, taking a few more warm-up throws, and then the throw down to second by Cameron Kloss, and we will be underway here. So, leading off for Wapello, first time they've been here since the 1990s, so kind of new system for all these girls coming into here. Emily Reed, the junior, leading off, looks quick as far as batters go. Beckman not looking, they're up for the bunt, so they are anticipating some kind of a short game. First pitch going to be low inside. First strike down at the knee. So Stefan starts off. Stefan had some nice control yesterday, mixing things up on the season as far as the batters go. Emily Reed, the senior, leading off, fouls it off, and it's 0-2. So Stefan coming right off and attacking that plate with these batters. Nice limestone. They did water the field. It's a soft lime, so short game is going to be there. Balls aren't going to bounce too hard as far as things go. 0-2 on the batter. And on a bit of a change-up, and we've got our first K of the night. So strikeout. So the OKO for Stefan. A good start for Beckman. Second batter is Sammy Ewert, a sophomore. Plays second base. So Ewert up the bat. Takes the called strike. So Stefan now 4 strikes out of 4 pitches. Wow. Really attacking the plate hard here. Back of the box, Ewert stands. High outside the ball. 1-1. Stefan usually throwing in her mid-50s with a nice changeup in the upper 40s. So he's got good ball movement. Change that fastball. Foul ball off to third base side. Oh, just off of the glove. Hit of the third baseman for Beckman. That's Shay Stefan. Got over there, tried to backhand it before she crashed into the fence. So, foul ball. She's okay. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter with 1 out here. We're in the top of the first inning. And for Dodge. And the pitch high inside is going to be driven to left field for a base hit. So a first hit of the game there comes with 1 out in the top of the first by Sammy Ewert. Next batter up, third batter will be a lefty, Maddie Reed. Maddie Reed, a junior, plays center field. Hitting .394. Low outside, line shot to Beck instead, and she tries to throw it back to first. Doesn't quite get it out. So that's a hard line shot by the lefty to the shortstop. That brings up out number 2. Sarah Schaefer up for Wapello. Schaefer, the designated hitter. Low inside for a ball. Runner in first base with 2 outs. Beckman back. Shortstop and second baseman back deep, of course, with 2 outs. Third and first playing even with the bags. Low outside for a called strike. 1-1. 2 outs. Beckman having a great year this year, playing in that tough Womack. Womack teams will catch you up on how they're doing. Low inside for a called strike once again. Stefan doing a nice job of hitting the paint on the black of its plate. Nothing bad here. So we got a count of 1-2 with 2 outs. High outside. And bring that up now to 2-2. Runner on first base. You guys got some speed. 0-2, 2-2. If you're going to go, you might go on this one. Low in the way. Drop ball inside. It's going to be a foul tip and out of the bounds. It actually turns into a foul ball. Bounces out to the left side, down to where Coach Meisner for Beckman is standing in the dugout. Dugouts are kind of small, but they're okay. They're sheltered. They're covered. At one time they weren't. So they keep making more and more improvements to these fields here. And the pitch low inside, and off-speed pitch gets a strikeout. So Stefan with 2 strikeouts, swinging strikeouts, and we head into the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a break and come right back. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply are your dairy experts in Monticello. Best of luck to all area athletes, teams, coaching staff, and fans from Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello.
Put a little south in your mouth at your next event or party with Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack. You can't go wrong with any of their melt-in-your-mouth options. Their 2019 calendar is filling up fast, so book them today. 319-361-8624. Set your event above the rest with Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack. Mobile vending and catering.
Your home for the best high school sports coverage in Eastern Iowa. Mix 94.
The consolation round of Class 2A. They only play one in the consolation, as they don't play these out to the full positions anymore. So both these teams dropping their first round games. Wapello to number 1 rated Northland, and Beckman with that close game, the 5-4 seeds to Mount Ayr. And again, that was in extra innings. So on the mound, the Wapello, we've got a senior, Samantha Smith, who's does a nice job of pitching, throws in the upper 50s, got a nice drop, and she is a lefty. Amazing ERA of .68. Wow. Look at that thing. 52 strikeouts, 29 base on balls, 1 hit batter. And so the senior, 5 and 6 marks. This is so here we go. Got the senior on the mound. The lefty facing, and Heather Beckenstead steps to the plate, another senior. A bunt down the first base line, and it's bobbled, and she probably would have been safe anyway. So that is a base hit off the bunt. That's something that Beckenstead didn't have a chance yesterday. Mount Ayr did a great job of keeping her off the bases, and 1 intentional walk with runners in scoring position. And I'm sure that makes her feel a little bit better, as that's her first hit of the state tournament. So, runner on first with no outs for Beckman. Next batter, Jody Walling, and stolen base, and in there, and they actually have Beckenstead. Nailed her on a good throw. She went on the first pitch. So a nice throwdown by Emma Reed. The junior nails her. Second baseman coming over for the coverage. So, out on the steal. So, 1-0 count, and the ball down away. And it's 1-1 now. So the first pitch was a strike, so it should be 1-1. Scoreboard was wrong on that one. Of course, everybody's looking at the stolen base attempt. So 1-1. And a little away again. This one's going to be for a strike. And so batting for Beckman. And Jade Welling, a sophomore. hitting .294 on the year. Back in the box. Drop ball way away and down too far. Bounce to the catcher. And it's now 2-1 with 1 out. Beautiful day for softball here. Fluffy clouds flying through the air. Gentle breeze out of the east. Ball, it's going to be pushed off to the right side. Low away, ground ball to the second baseman. Picks it up easily off the 2-hop and flips it over to first for the second out. So, okay, Beckman with now two outs on the bottom of the first inning, and up to bat is senior Sydney Steffen. Steffen and Beckman both heading to Co next year. I believe they're both participating in softball. Beckman said might be doing something else, maybe possibly volleyball, I'm not sure. And then Steffen might be too. Highway for a ball. So 1-0 the count. This is almost like they got about quite a few stands here. On to our left is Beckman occupying the third base dugout. Nice little backdoor curve there by the pitcher, Smith. And that backdoor curve, what it does is it stays away from the batter and then curls in and breaks at the last moment across the plate. So the batter thinks it's going to be a ball. So 1-1 on Steffen. Highway, 2-1 the count. So the senior Sydney Steffen on the mound for Wapello. Wapello had 3 pitchers on the year. Second pitch, jams her inside, high in for a swinging strike. And so when you're looking at the divided the innings up pretty even, 72 for Smith, Noah for 62, and Lolling for 53 innings. So kind of a true pitching rotation. Foul ball right back at us. Actually more of a foul tip if it would have been caught, but it came straight back, and we're directly behind the screen here, behind home plate. 2-2 the count with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. No score here. And another backdoor curve that just doesn't quite break across the plate. That is a nifty pitch for a batter that's up in the box. And lefty throws that backdoor curve. Not backdoor curve, tough to hit because you think it's going to be a ball and it breaks in after it's past you. So a full count now for Steffen with 2 outs. Pitch high and away, and it's going to be a ball, so a base on balls off of a full count. So 3-2 count turns into a ball 4 for Steffen, and I think they're going to put a courtesy runner in here now. And into the ball game, the courtesy runner for Beckman is Abby Nepper. So Nepper, an 8th grader, getting some good experience here for Beckman. 5 8th graders on the roster for Beckman. Beckman's rather young with 4 freshmen as well. The seniors that they do have out are impact players, of course, in Beckenstead and Steffen. And it will be a completely different look, although Beckman will be graduating only 2 next year. Low away, the pitch on Kimmerman clock. And so now runner on first base with 2 outs. 1-0 the count. A signal by low and away once again. Not getting that ball to break in. So it's 2-0. Wapello way down southeast of Iowa. Kind of a neat little deal that they're making it back here. Second state appearance ever. First since 1999, so it's been a while. Low inside, a ground ball. It's going to be a slow roller to the third baseman, and does she beat it out? No! Gets called out by a step. That's one of those chopping balls that kind of rolled to the third baseman real slow, but coming up and charging it hard was Tony Bowen, and that ends our first inning with a 5-3 ground out. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH.
Beam Bender Manufacturing is a family-owned and operated business that has been a worldwide supplier of hydraulic shears and press brakes since 1972. Beam Bender Manufacturing in Coggan is proud to support all area athletes and the coaching staff.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
Cy & Charlie sells the full line of top-quality Whirlpool appliances, including Maytag and KitchenAid at competitive prices. Cy & Charlie's offer professional delivery, installation, and factory-trained service. Best of luck from Cy & Charlie's, your appliance headquarters in Independence.
Eastern Iowa's variety station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back to Dodger Field in Fort Dodge. Consolation round of Class 2A softball. Beckman and Wapello going at it here. And both teams, of course, losing in their first round games. And this is the consolation game. They only play one and done, and then they head home. Not like it used to be where they played out all 8 positions. But nonetheless, you're playing one more here with your team, and then the season ends. Up to bat now for Wapello, the senior lefty, the pitcher, Sam Smith. Smith back in the box. Stepping again, coming out early and attacking that plate. Her ball to strike ratio, I think she's probably got 2 balls, has 2 strikeouts already in that first inning. Smith back in the box once again, low and away. So that's going to be a ball. So it's 1-1. 1-1 count against Smith. Smith's one of those hitting pitchers. Has 66 at bats. Ground ball's going to be a foul ball, hits off her foot in the box. Batting .242 as the 5th batter. More than likely, she's up in that 5th position where she can bunt the ball and move the ball around and move those runners and advance those runners. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the second. And a line shot. Buckestead jives up and gets it. Another line shot. Those lefties, that's a second line drive now. Beckenstead with that put out. That's 2 line drives at the shortstop. Showing her athletic ability. Up next now for Wapello, ground ball back right to Stephan. Stephan, easy lob over to first base for the out. 1 pitch, and now we're down to 2 outs. So it's a 1-3 ground out for Tony Bolin, the sophomore. Next up, Anissa Noah, first baseman for Wapello, another sophomore. Middle of the box, Stephan again coming in, throwing out a low away pitch. Noah looking to pull that ball. It was far ahead of it, so it's an 0-1 count. Nice thing about Stephan, she's getting ahead on every batter today so far. A little bit of a curveball inside, going to be another strike. So it's 0-2 for the batter. Stephan really come out and fired up, and she is throwing strikes today. 52-mile-an-hour fastball up and in, and it's going to be a ball. Nice waist pitch, close enough to where the batter had to think about it, but not far enough away where she's going, I'm not going to swing at it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. This one's as far outside, so it's 2-2 with 2 outs in the second inning. Top of the second. Sunny day here with partly cloudy skies. And now it goes to a full count. So full count now on Anissa Noah. And Noah, ground ball to third base. The 8th grader throws her out to Stephan. Throws her out to end the inning with a 5-3 ground out. We'll take a break and come right back with the bottom of the second. We've got no score here from Harlan Rogers Park and Dodger Field. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Riker Shoes is your specialty shoe store. They carry women's shoes to size 13 and men's shoes to size 18. Riker Shoes is your sports shoes and equipment headquarters in Dyersville.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back to Dodger Field in Harlan Rogers Park in Fort Dodge. Class 2A consolation game here. Emily Wolfcole for Beckman Catholic steps up to the plate, the 5th batter. We've got no score here. Beckman with 1 hit by Heather Buckestead to lead off the game. And so Wolfcole trying to get the 2nd hit of the night. The afternoon, I should say. Low away pitch, going to be lined out. Diving play, going to be safe at second. Or, excuse me, ball out to shortstop. The center fielder bobbles it. dove for it. Safe at first. We'll get that figured out. So a blooping, dying quail out to center field. Center fielder dives for it, hits her glove, and safe at first base is Wolfcool with no outs. Next up is Shea Steffen, the 8th grader. Pops up a bunt, goes back and hits the screen. Steffen doing a great job yesterday. Had 2 RBIs in that game against Mount Ayr. A tough loss in 8 innings. And the second, doing a great job there. So second pitch on its way to Shea Steffen. Imagine she's probably going to try to bunt again. This one is going to be a high pitch for a called strike. And that's one of those things that a batter's trying to bunt the ball. He doesn't like to bunt those high ones. So now 0-2. 0-2 against Shea Steffen here with the runner on first base. Emily Wolfcool over at first. And so here's the pitch. Low away. That backdoor curve stays a little bit outside too far, and it's 1-2. So 1-2 count. If Steffen can get the ball on the ground, they've got enough speed at first. She should be able to get it second safely. So 1-2 now. 6th batter for Beckman. That's going to be a blooper. Oh, and so they fall in there between the first baseman and shortstop, a second baseman that is. Hits the fringe of the grass, just kind of a soft blooper. Like it was a seeing eye bloop to right field. And so Beckman now with back-to-back hits. Wolfcool with the leadoff hits. Now Shea Steffen with a 1-2 bloop between the second and first baseman. Runners in first and second with no outs. Lauren Osterhaus up. So Osterhaus up. And thought about bunting, but that one's going to be a strike that's low and away, and Osterhaus pulls back on that one. Osterhaus, a freshman. 107 at-bats on the year, hitting at .215, batting 7th and playing second base. So you got runners on first and second. This bunt is going to go back to the pitcher. The lefty had nowhere to go with it, then turns around and finally goes to first. Had a thought about going to third, but as a lefty, it's tough. Think about that pitcher. She's a lefty already. She's always going to look at third because that's the way she's turned. Then she had to turn around at the very last second and flip it over to first base for the sack out. So a sacrifice, and runners move up to second and third with 1 out. A line shot between the shortstop and third base for Nell McDermott brings in the first run. So a line drive RBI. And that brings in Wolfcool. So Beckman hitting some nice singles here, not trying to overpower the ball. 9th batter up in the lineup, Keely Schmidt for Beckman with runners at the corners. And we've got just 1 out. Low away, runner goes to steal second. Oh, we're going to tag her out. So a first and third situation. Wapello says, you're going to get that to us? That is now the second put out by the catcher, the second throw out there. So Shea Steffen caught stealing for out number 2. Low away for a ball, and it's 1-1. So 2 outs. Beckman with the runner at third base. Standing over to third is Nell McDermott. Excuse me, no, that's where Shea is. McDermott's the one that got out, caught stealing. Get that figured out, right? Second pitch, low away, going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, and that's going to bring the inning to a close. But Beckman scores first here in the bottom of the second inning, and they lead 1-0. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH.
Nutrient Ag Solutions in Winthrop, proud to support all area athletes, coaching staff, and fans. Nutrient Ag Solutions, the largest provider of crop inputs and services.
High-Tech Communications is your local service provider for telephone systems, fire detection, audio, video, security and surveillance systems, wiring, and more. High-Tech has decades of experience in the industry. Contact High-Tech at 563-927-4936, online at hightechcommunications.us. High-Tech Communications, changing your world with technology.
West Bend's home and highway policy provides you with one policy, one bill, one deductible, and one agent, all with no hassle and a portion of your annual premium back in cash if you don't have a claim. To find out more, contact your local West Bend agent, Eric Smith, at Parrott Insurance in Manchester at 927-2791.
Are you looking for great food and a unique atmosphere? Then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination, or enjoy 2-for-1 happy hour every Monday through Thursday from 4 until 6 p.m. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet.
Eastern Iowa's Variety Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back. Here we go. Top of the third. Beckman up 1-0. Batter is Rickenberger, the freshman for Wapello, who's playing right field. Morgan pitches Rickenberger, righty at the box, and it's 0-1 count. Again, Stefan coming in, making some nice plays. Add this some jams. There's going to be a blooper that falls into that triangle between left field, center field, and the shortstop. Nobody can get to it, and so the leadoff runner on now for Wapello. So a little bit of a bloop. And now it's goes down as a base hit. So the number 9 batter, Aaliyah Lolling, a lefty. And so, you know, those lefties batting ninth, they got some speed. She's back in the box. Stefan staying back. Runner at the corner. The third and first are up, though. Stefan up at first and at third base. Or Stefan up at third and up at first base. It's Schmidt. So they are trying to take away the bunt. Not playing the slap defense, however. Second pitch, and we've got a bunt down. It's going to go to third base, and she's going to be the throw out. So cleanly fielded by Stefan at third, but too much speed for that number 9 batter, and she's safe now. So a bunt single for Aaliyah Lolling. And so now runners on first and second with no outs for Wapello, and the leadoff batter up, Emily Reed. Emily Reed going to be a contact hitter, hitting .318. Another bunt. This one goes down to the pitcher, Stefan. Takes her time, resets up, and throws over, and it's a sack bunt. So a sack put out, and it's 1-4. So a put out, runners into second and third now. And Sammy Ewert, the batter, the sophomore, up for Wapello. 316 hitter, low inside. It's going to be a ball. No speed at third base. Speed's at second, however, so the squeeze may not be on here. 1-0 to count, though. Single, of course, is going to bring in 2 probably if it's in the gap. Second pitch up, going to be inside for a called strike. Stefan again coming back with some great pitches. And so here we are, the top of third, Beckman up 1-0, but runners in scoring position, second and third for Wapello. 55-mile-an-hour ground ball inside, and a great play by Stefan. Oh my gosh, at third base, the ground ball backhanded by the third baseman who's standing near the line, and the runner at third was just 2 feet off the base, and Stefan simply caught the ball with her backhand and reached out and tagged the runner. And and that's how they call it. I'm not sure what they're saying here. They're going to say that she's probably safe now. It's a little bit of a change, though. They said it was safe, but now it's like, I'm not sure what's going on what the discussion is. So I'm sure it was an out, so runners on first and second, and we are going to get that out. So that was a fielder's choice there, and that was a 5 put out. That 8th grader not playing like an 8th grader over there, so doing a great job. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs for Wapello. Up to bat is Maddie Reed, the junior. High inside for a ball. And the count is 2-0. Last at bat, Reed lined out to the shortstop. Beckman said Reed a lefty. Low inside, the drop ball gets past the batter for a swinging strike, and it's one strike and 2 balls with 2 outs. Stefan delivers low inside again. This is going to be a soft ground ball to the second baseman and an easy put out. Ground ball to Osterhaus. That's a 4-3 put out, and that brings our inning to a close. We head to the bottom of the third inning with Beckman up 1-0 over Wapello in the consolation round of Class 2A State Softball here in Fort Dodge. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Whether a door needs replaced or building a new home, let S&R Construction of Masonville take care of you. S&R Construction is the expert in home improvement projects, gutters, siding, garages, remodeling, new home construction, and more. Call Steve Petland today at 319-361-0638 for a free quote.
Stephen Motors in Monticello, the only GM service dealer in Monticello with GM trained technicians. Good luck to all area teams during tournament action from Stephen Motors in Monticello.
Are you an athlete or physically active in your free time? Even active people can have muscle tightness and joint pain or even experience the occasional injury. Regional Medical Center physical therapy treatment and prescribed exercises can help you recover faster, reduce injury, and build strength and stability. Call RMC Therapy Services today so you can get back into action as quick as possible. 563-927-7322.
Dan Oberbrackling Concrete and Excavating in Coggan is celebrating 50 years in business. Call Dan for all of your concrete and demolition projects.
Mix 94.7 KMCH.
57 as a whole for the Trailblazers. Beckman starts off the third inning with Beckman set up their leadoff hitter. Beckman with a bunt single to begin the ball game. Then thrown out at second base on the steal pitch on the second pitch. High and inside for a ball. The lefty still out there throwing strikes and moving the ball around. That's Sam Smith. Here you got an interesting battle here between a lefty and a lefty. And so pitch number 2, 56-mile-an-hour fastball, low and away. And it's now 1-1 against Beckenstead. Beckenstead standing a little bit away from the box, looking for that inside pitch perhaps. Pitch inside, and she gets jammed. It's going to be a pop-up. And diving for it, the first baseman. She lays flat out. Does a belly flop in the line, and it comes up with the catch. So a great effort there by Anessa Noah. That's one of those plays is if Noah doesn't get it, it's going to go out of bounds, and Beckenstead standing on second base. So a great play there by the first baseman who laid out. The next up is Jaden Welling for Beckman with one out here. Beckman up 1-0. Low away, that backdoor curve is for a called strike. Some coaches like to step back in the box and have their hitters step back in the box and wait for it to come in. Others move ahead and just try to hit that ball and kind of crowd the plate. This one's going to be inside, going to be a jam. So Smith doing a great job of setting up that outside pitch and coming back high and tight and got the pop out. Going to be a foul ball, that is, down the first base line by Jaden Welling, so the sophomore. 0-2 count here with one out in the bottom of the third inning here from Dodger Stadium here in Fort Dodge. Ground ball to the first baseman, going to be fouled just off a little bit. And so Noah almost came up with her second out, put out of the inning. So now we face 0-2 again here with one out. Last time up, Jaden Welling grounded out to the second baseman on a 4-3 ground out. Next pitch up, that was going to be a low and away as well. And Welling tried to pull that one. That was going to be a foul ball as well. Lefties like to throw that outside pitch because it's natural for them, because that's where the ball's starting from, and that's you can see that's Smith's favorite low zone is that low away. 0-2 count with one out here for Welling. Next pitch could be high and away. Another curveball, however, and that one's just high that time. And it's now 2-2. And so with one out and on deck, Sydney Steffen, followed by Cameron Kloss. And so here we go. Actually 1-2 count. Next pitch is going to be a wild pitch. That one hit off her hip. And it's 2-2. Smith kind of laughs about that one because she'd already turned and rotated her hips, and the ball was still behind her on that circle of her pitch, and it hit her in the hip and bounced off to the left side. 2-2 count now for Welling with one out here in the bottom of the third. Line a fly ball out to the other field. Pops over to the field over behind us, and still 2-2. So Welling, understanding what she has to do with that pitch to the outside, just can't quite catch up with it. Been falling off those pitches, which of course is much better than striking out. 2-2 count here with one out for Welling. This one's going to be high inside. Got her, mixed it up, and that's a swinging strikeout. So away, Smith threw, and then finally she says, you know what, I'm going to come inside on you. And Welling was looking for that away pitch and was surprised and strikeout. So that brings up 2 outs now for Beckman. Sydney Steffen up, the pitcher. Walked a little first at bat in the first inning. Beckman up 1-0 here in this consolation round of Class 2A softball. Pitch again, that breaking ball for a called strike. So an 0-1 count. Smith using that pitch, going to that pitch quite a bit. Smith with a .68 ERA. These are two of the lowest ERAs I think I've seen on a team in a long time. Aaliyah Lolling with a .79 with 11 appearances. Smith with 13 appearances, .68. Those are doing pretty good. And even after that, Noah, the first baseman, has a .212. So three good pitchers here for Wapello. 1-1 count with two strikes. Low away. He's going to be a little bit too low. Steffen thought about it and pulled back just in time. So it's a 2-ball, 1 strike with 2 outs for Sydney Steffen. Steffen back in the box now. Looking for that breaking ball and see if she's going to pick it up. And she does. Drives the ball to right field, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder for the put-out. Steffen anticipated that breaking ball at the end, but it's nonetheless it's still a flyout to right, and that brings our third inning to a close. With Beckman leading Wapello 1-0. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Bolichek's Landing, downtown Delhi. Open 7 days a week. Friday night buffet, Saturday night prime rib, and enjoy breakfast every Sunday from 9 to noon. Bolichek's proudly supports all area athletes and coaches.
Financial Strategies in Dyersville and Dave's Complete Construction in Delhi wishes everyone the best during tournament action. Good luck to all teams, players, and coaches.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point.
Hey KMCH listeners, GMB is proud to support our area athletes and help bring the sport to you. The GMB Bank team reminds you whatever your financial goals, we're here to help you reach them. Stop by our Manchester location or visit us online at gnbbank.com. Member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And leading off the fourth inning for Wapello, Sarah Schaefer, the cleanoff batter who struck out Steffen with 2 strikeouts in the first inning. That one's going to be low and away, so it's now 2-0. So 2-0 for Schaefer. Schaefer, the shortstop. Right-hander hits a drop ball inside, a foul, and it's a 2-1 count. That would have been ball 4, but Steffen had been thrown away and came inside, and I think Schaefer thought she could jump on that one. So 2 balls and 1 strikes on the batter. This is going to be high, but it's 3-1. So 3-1 count here for Schaefer. Schaefer with a 8 walks on the year, swinging strike, that is. 8 walks and 17 strikeouts, so she is an aggressive batter. Full count now for Schaefer. Low inside, going to be a foul down the first base side. It's the screen where the first base dugout is, where Wapello is hanging out in the shade. Really don't need a whole lot of shade today. It is sunny, but the nice breeze that's blowing straight out, about 5 miles an hour. Fluffy clouds in there, so every so often we do get a little bit of crowd cover. This is going to be fouled off down the left side and flies over to over the track that's kind of a pass that's off to the left side. So now here we go. She's hitting left and right here. Full count, no outs for Wapello. Low inside is going to be a ball and a ball 4. So that is a walk. And that brings up Sam Smith, the lefty, senior lefty for Wapello.
Brings up number 21, the pitcher.
And so Smith hitting .318. And looks like she's going to be probably hitting away here. So Smith back in the box. Runner with big lead off at first base by Sarah Schaefer. She's a good 7 steps off, which typically what you do at second base. Schaefer way off on that ball. So 1-1 count here. Low inside. That's going to be a ball. 2-1 count now against Sam Smith. Beckman up 1-0, scoring their run in the second inning. Low inside, going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Ostos does a great job going down to her knees and coming up with the play and throws out from her knees for put out at first base. So a ground out from Osterhouse. And it's thrown, tossed over to that first baseman over there, Schmidt, Keely Schmidt, and that's now one out with runner at second base as Sarah Schaefer moves over to second. So Schaefer on second with Bolin up, the sophomore who hit back to Stefan back in the second inning for a ground out. And so, ball one on the batter. Soft change up inside. It's going to be fouled off, and it's 0-2, or 1-2 now. It's scoreboard. Sometimes I think it's right. Sometimes I think it's wrong. I think I'm right when I say that. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here on the batter. So Tony Bowen, the sophomore up, the right-handed batter, runner in scoring position at second. Fastball outside for a called strike. And a delayed steal on the soft toss back to Stefan. So at third base, the stolen base by Shara Stafer caught the Beckman defense sleeping as the ball was lobbed back by the pitcher, and she took off. Remember, she had those big 7-step leads at first, and so it got even further at second. And Stefan, opting to drop ball back to the pitcher, opted not to throw to first base for the out and let that run score. Fake the throw to third, keeping the runner there. So now Wapello with runners in scoring position at third, and on first base, the fielder's choice by Tony Bolin. So she's at first base now. The ball hit back to the pitcher. So, pinch runner in for Wapello is Aaron Hemphill, a sophomore. So Hemphill at first base, at third base. We got speed at the corners for Wapello. They trail 1-0 here. Top of the fourth, ground ball, pitch inside for a called strike. So 1 out for Wapello. So the Arrows, runners at the corners. Second pitch, low and away back to Stefan. Stefan looks at third, throws it to first. She's coming home and safe. And now she's going over to third base, and the runner at third base is safe as well. So Tony Bolin races to third. There was speed on the corners. The ground ball to Stefan. Stefan with the ground out to the throw to first base. And the runner at third base took off when Stefan held her as long as she could. And then as the throw went over to first base, the runner at third base scores. And then Bolin goes from first base to third on the play. So 2 outs are tied up 1-1 here. Runner at third base. Ground ball to the third baseman. Stefan over to first for the putout to Schmidt. And that brings our top of the fourth to an end. But our score knotted up here 1-1 on no errors and a walk. And that was it. Just fielder's choices. That was it. So we'll take a break and come right back. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
At Tauke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as great incentives at taukemotors.com. If you are looking for a new pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Here's the rival on deck. It provides a great deal of support for everyone.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge and the Class 2A consolation round between Beckman and Wapello. Wow, Wapello, that shows what speed does for you. Lead-off walk, and then Schaefer goes to third on a stolen base on a delayed steal, and then a fielder's choice, and then a ground out, and we're knotted up 1-1. Leading off for Beckman in the bottom of the fourth. Cameron pops. low away. That one's going to be for a called strike. It's just a nice, that's one of the most steady backdoor curves I've seen in a long time, where it's just coming in. If you're up in the box, you're not going to hit it. Pitch number 2, a fastball, low and away, ground ball to the third baseman, and that's a put out. That is a 5-3 ground out. So you mix that backdoor curve and a straight fastball and a drop ball, and that's a great combination for a lefty working the outside corner. She's capable of coming back inside as well. Emily Wolfcool up for Beckman. Wolfcool in right field for the Blazers. Up in the box. First time ever for Beckman to make it to the state tournament. In softball, low and away for a called strike, or called ball, that is. Nice if Beckman, this team could get their first win in his school history as well. Great upset against Durant, number 3 ranked Durant to make it here in that sub-state final. Low away, that's going to be a foul ball. And in that game, Beckman faced an outstanding pitcher heading to UNO. Beckman with 15 strikeouts. And still came away with a 4-2 win. So nice job by the Blazers to get here. Big upset. 2-0 the count here with 1 out for Beckman in the bottom of the 4th inning. Our game knotted up. Fastball outside corner is going to be fouled straight back. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think that scoreboard, I think they're dyslexic with their counts because the umpire's holding up 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the scoreboard says 2 balls and 1 strike. So we got 1 out here nonetheless, and the Wolves go up. And the pitch going to be a low away. She reaches for that backdoor curve, and it's going to be a blue ball. Diving for it at the center fielder, and that is a fly out to center. Reed coming to making a nice diving catch on both knees, and it's out number 2. Beckman with 4 hits on the day, with 1 on 1 run. Has stranded 3 so far. Wapello with 1 run and 4 hits, and stranding 3 as well. Pitch inside for a ball against Shay Steffen, the 8th grader. Stepping and playing third base, and we'll be doing some pitching next year for Beckman. I imagine she'll be possibly replacing her senior sister who's on the mound right now. Second pitch on the way. It's going to be a breaking ball inside for a strike call. And we've got a 1-1 count with 2 outs for Beckman in the bottom of the 4th inning. Smith drops the ball, picks it up, rubs the dirt off of it. Steps back and fires another low away pitch. This is a straight drop out, ball outside. Chase Steffen swings over the top of it. It's a 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. 1-1 the score here. Beckman scored in the 2nd. Wapple scored at the top of the 4th. Beckman trying to answer back here with 2 outs, however. Foul ball straight back, a little bit of a high pitch. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. So Steffen with 2 RBIs yesterday in that loss. Came through, gave Beckman that lead early on. That lead, they went to extra innings, however, lost in the 8th. Next pitch on its way here. That one's going to be low away for a ball. That was a little bit too for the umpire. I'm right over the right shoulder of the umpire, and I can tell you what, he has been consistent. You know what he's going to call, and he's doing a great job of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Beckman. Shay Steffen in the box. Up in the front of the box. The second pitch in there, ground ball. Oh, maybe a foul ball. So that one bounces off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So Steffen battling up there, the 8th grader. And facing the lefty. Lefty ground ball, wild pitch comes back, and would hit me in the shin at the screen when the men there. Full count, 3-2 count here with 2 outs. This one got started just a little bit late as Linville Sully defeated the team from Suhelan. So that was an interesting battle as well. That was a come from behind victory, but there's a lot of base runners. So Geelan, that was they defeated. They pitch high and away, and Steffen does a good job and gets a walk. So she's been on base twice today. So a full count walk for Shay Steffen. So that puts a runner on first with 2 outs. And stepping to the box, Lauren Osterhaus. So Osterhaus up in the box as well. Breaking curve ball in there for a strike. Right at the knees. Osterhouse sack bunted in the first inning, which helped bring that first run home. Second ball pitch on the way here. It's going to be high and away. And it's a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Wapello pitcher, steady Eddie as far as not making a whole lot of mistakes and relying on that breaking pitch, that curveball, as well as a mix of some fastballs and some drops. 55-mile-an-hour fastball in there at the knees on the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Stefan not giving an indication that she's going to be stealing on the play. Catcher's already thrown out 2 on the night, so maybe Beckman's kind of thinking, well, you know what, we better not go on her. Low-way ground ball back, lined out to the pitcher, and Smith reaches down to near her right knee and makes the catch. So a liner, and that brings our fourth inning to a close. But their score knotted up 1-1. No runs, no hits, no errors that time, and no one left on for Beckman. And we played 4 complete here from Holland Rogers Park in Fort Dodge. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Craving authentic Mexican food? Then hurry down to Rio Blanco Mexican Restaurant in Manchester today. Enjoy the best margarita around with an order of fresh guacamole or cheese queso and chips. Rio Blanco features daily specials, an extensive menu with many authentic dishes to choose from, and a kids menu too. There's something for everyone at Rio Blanco Mexican Restaurant in Manchester.
Every good athlete recognizes the value of having a great coach. If you're buying or selling a home, make sure you team up with an experienced realtor to coach you through the process. I service the entire KMCH listening area. My office is located in Manchester, across from the hospital. Contact me, Teresa Turnus, from Keller Williams Realty for all your real estate needs.
KMCH. Emma Reed on deck.
Aaliyah Rowling leading off for Wapello here as we begin our 5th inning. The lefty up to bat. Had a bloop hit last at bat. Slapping, looked like she's going to slap this time. Roll away the pitch to begin our 5th inning by Sydney Stephan, the senior. So 1-0 the count here. Another slap move, definitely trying to slap that ball. You can tell she's trying to punch it over the shortstop's head. And Beckenstead at second. Beckenstead in the line, at the line. So 1-1 count. Using the 3 steps that drops her right foot back, and then she does a crossover, moving forward on the slap on that, staying well within the box. 1-2 count. Osterhouse up at second. Beckenstead up in the line at short. Corners are up as well. Outfielders up as well. So a true slap defense for Beckman. And it's a 2-2 count here with no outs. Ground ball, and it's going to be a full count. Beckman's asking if she went, and she did not. It was a partial swing, but it wasn't quite enough. So full count here for Lolling. So Lolling is going to do another slap, and she strikes out. A little bit of an off-speed pitch, and that's how you get a strikeout on a slapper, or something she's not looking for. And so that is Stephan's 3rd strikeout of the afternoon, 2 in the first. So leading on our second batter now for Wapello, the leadoff, Emma Reed, the junior who struck out and had a sack bunt in the 3rd inning. So 1 strike on the batter. Low inside pitch, going to be fouled off to the 3rd base side. Wapello scored their run with no hits and no errors in the 4th inning. That just shows what speed does. Couple of stolen bases in the fielder's choice, and that's how they scored their run. So that's what speed does for you. So that's why coaches love recruiting and developing speed. Foul ball straight back, high inside. 0-2 count with 1 out for Wapello. So Wapello trying to get their first win since 1999 as well. Breaking ball outside to Beckenstead. Beckenstead takes a step towards first and fires to first for the out. So a ground out at 6-3. So, yeah, Wapello 1999, last time they made it here. Finished 7th, so that means they did get a win. Beckman here with their first ever state tournament berth. Looking for their first win as well. Curveball by Stefan to the outside corner. Is going to be called for a ball. Broke out a little bit too wide. Up the bat, Sammy Ewert. Ewert with a single in the first and a fielder's choice to third in the third inning. High and inside for a ball. And it's 2-0 count with 2 outs. 2 outs, strikeout, and a ground out to Beck instead at shortstop. Next pitch going to be high and away. And that's going to be 3-0. So 3-0. And Sidney come back and take care of business here. So Ewert with some speed. Fastball inside for a strike. So a 3-1 count. Ewert taking that one the whole way. The entire way taking that head coach Ashley Hanbon over at third base. And a ball four. So a 3-1 pitch, and we've got a base on ball. So that is the second walk for Stefan today. So 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. Brings up the speedy lefty, Matty Reed, who lined out to the shortstop in the first, ground out to the second baseman in the third. Speed at first. Fastball low away against the lefty. He's going to be called strike with 2 outs. Beckman back. Infielders back. Corners even with the bases. Outfielders playing normal depth as well. This field, 180 down the line, 210 straight away, so it's got some nice, typical nice high school field. Fastball low and away, and that brings up the strikeout. So that is the 4th strikeout for Stefan today. 2 in the first and 2 in the 5th. Our score knotted up 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base for Wapello. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
No one can win a game by themselves. At F&M Bank, our team works together to achieve the ultimate goal, exceeding client expectations. F&M Bank is a proud supporter of all local sports teams. F&M Bank, the right choice in Manchester, Cedar Rapids, Anamosa, and Monticello. Member FDIC.
Just like you take pride in your vehicle, we take pride in the service work we provide. This is John from Georgian Auto in Manchester. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, we'll take care of your car and get it back on the road. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is our complete focus.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7, KMCH.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Beckman with McDermott up, Schmidt to follow, then Beckenstead in the hole. So a strike against Nell McDermott. They called strike. McDermott with a lined single in the 2nd inning. Got caught stealing as well. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. So 2 hits now for McDermott. Nice to have an eighth batter getting on base twice, because that kind of sets your offense up, because typically you've got a nice bunter in the 9th position. So a single up the middle. And so Keely Schmidt up, ground out in the 2nd, and a bunt attempt. The ball's going to be pitched away for a ball. So Schmidt pulls back on the pitch. So 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1 the score here. Runner on first base with no outs, and it's getting kind of late. It's mid, bottom of the 5th. That bunt's going to be a nice dead bunt. Pitcher's going to have to pick it up and throw it to first for an easy out. It's going to be a sac bunt, however. Moves the advances McDermott over to second base. So he put out a 1-3 put out on the sac. And now Henry Beckenstead up. So here's the dilemma, though. If you bunt the runner over in scoring position, that leaves first base open. And what has happened with some of the teams, they simply walk Beckenstead. But this time I think they're going to pitch to her. And they are low and away for a ball. Beckman started off the game with a bunt single, and then after that, flew out to the first baseman. And so this is their third at bat with a runner in scoring position. So the senior. Second pitch going to be a low and away, going to be a ground ball to second base. Second baseman fires over to first, and the put out advances the runner over to third base. So a ground out by Beckenstead, and over standing at third base, the go-ahead run is Mel McDermott. Jaden Welling up. Now Smith has uncorked 2 wild pitches today. That'd be a nice opportunity. Kind of a short backstop, however. It's 20 feet, but that's probably about right where it's at. And so here we go. Welling up with runner at third base. Go-ahead run at third base. A swinging strikeout on an outside pitch. And it's 0-1 with 2 outs. Clouds are still up there, but boy, when they're not out, it is bright. This field drying out quickly. They do water the fields in between games, but now the dust is back. Ground ball is going to be a base hit to right field. And the ground ball goes about 2 feet to the left of the diving second baseman. And so give the RBI to Wellington, or Welling, that is. And she's on base, and the run scored by McDermott. So Beckman up. 1-1. Sydney Steffen up with 2 outs. So Beckman has regained the lead. Sydney Steffen up, facing the lefty. Breaking ball in the outside corner. Comes in for a strike. It just curls in. Ball looks like it's going to tail away, and at the last second, it cuts in when there was this wind, kind of a little bit of a wind blowing out when we get that ball to break nicely. So 1 strike on the batter. Steffen with 2 strikes, 2 outs, that is. The runner on first base is Nell McDermott, but McDermott with the RBI. Drove that run in on the bottom of the 5th here, and Beckman's up 2-1 again. So Steffen walked in the first and flew out to right field in the second. Fastball a low and away. Hits the dirt, bounces to the catcher. And 2 balls and 1 strike against Sydney Steffen. So the Sydney senior at the box, perhaps getting close to where it might be her final at-bat in her high school career. Depends how things go here. Ground ball to the second baseman. It's going to be boosted, and it's going to bounce back to the first baseman. And Steffen comes in here. I'm going to say that's a hard hit, and that one could go down either as a hit or an error. I'm going to give that one a base hit on Steffen. I just think it was a hard hit ball. The second baseman dove for it, and so now the runner goes to second, and the coach comes out for Wapello to take the time out here. Says the outfielders just stay out there. I'm just talking to the infield to kind of get things settled down. So Ashley Hannibal, her first year in coaching, out on the mound talking to her defense, and that one again. Boy, had the defense been positioned a little bit differently, they would have got out of this inning without a run. But you know what? That's the way it is. Balls in and out. So running out to second base for Beckman. So Beckman, Maya Myers at second base, creator pinch running at second. So Myers in at second base. So runners on first and second. So another single here now. If Klaas can get a single in here, Meyer with some speed out there will score. So Meyer in for Steffen, the courtesy runner for the pitcher. So at first base, though, too, for Beckman, we've got Abby Nepper. She's actually running for the courtesy runner. This is a pinch runner. Meyer is a pinch runner at second. So a curveball outside corner going to be called for a strike, and it's 0-1 with 2 outs for Wapello. So Beckman with 3 hits this inning and a run driven in with runners on first and second. 0-1 count with 2 outs. High, and that was going to be called for a ball, 1-1. So 1-1 count with 2 outs for the Wapello Arrows. Runners on first and second. And the pitch by the lefty. Fastball low and away, 57-mile-an-hour fastball is going to be popped up to the center fielder for the fly out. So Beckman with 1 run on 3 hits and no errors and 2 left on. It leads now as we head to the top of the 6th, 2-1. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Manchester, I'm looking out for what matters to you. Even when nothing's wrong, this is Tad Mormon, agent. Call me at 563-927-3586 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance, Tad Mormon agent, 106 East Main Street, Manchester.
Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7, KMCH.
At the inaugural tournament. We are now moving toward nearly 1 million people who have viewed this noteworthy high school tournament. To the Rogers family.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge, and this is Dodger Stadium here, off to the east of Diamond number 2, the main diamonds up there in, I forget which college has those diamonds. They've named those 2 diamonds now. One is Kruger Seeds Field, and the other one is Iowa Central Field. Iowa Central Field is the originally, if you think about Diamond 2, that's the non-championship field, and Kruger Seeds Field is the west one. That is typically considered the championship diamond. So leading up is Sarah Schaefer, but back to Sydney Steppen at first, and it's going to be late. The throw, and that is a single. She had that one beat out. That was a bunt single for Schaefer. Beautiful bunt. Excellent bunt there. Now, you got to remember, Schaefer stole third on the steal. You know, she got to second, and then she stole third on a delayed steal, and then eventually scored the run that tied up here. And here she is up again on first base with no outs with a lefty, Sam Smith up. Smith has lined out to Beck instead, and she's also had a ground out to the second baseman. So, low one away. Schaefer was used to taking those big 7-step leads here. This time she's playing it kind of close. Only took a 3-step lead. I think Beckman is aware of her. So now back to that big old lead there. So Beckman's Cameron Klaas keeping an eye on her as she took advantage of a lob back to the pitcher. Caught everyone by surprise. Sunday afternoon like this, things like that are going to happen. High pitch. Oh, Klaas does a great job of stepping up over the top of the pitcher, or the batter, that is, and catching the ball just above the hitter's helmet. Now, the hitter is a lefty, so she actually had to use a cross hand kind of catch that ball up there. Did a great job of saving that ball. 2-1 count here, low one away. That one's going to be for a ball. So Steppen finding herself in a little bit of a problem situation here. Runner on first base with speed. 3-1 count against the hitter who's lined out in the second inning. And the pitch, gonna be jammed inside. Beck instead running back to make the catch, and she does just outside off the line. Goes back to first for she almost had that runner out at first base. Wow. Big lead by Schaefer. Schaefer thought she was going to go to third on that move, and did not anticipate Beckenstead having such a cannon. And Beckenstead on the grass nearly threw her back out when she had to come back and tag up. So 1 out here for Wapello. High inside, going to be for a called strike. Tony Bowen, the sophomore, a 1-3 ground out, and then a fielder's choice back to the pitcher. And it's a stolen base off the big lead, and in there safely. Oh, I like the way she runs. Sarah Schaefer, wow, she is fast. Another stolen base. Second stolen base of the game for her. Yeah, Schaefer with 10 stolen bases on the year. So you don't know how many caught stealing she has. They don't have that stat here. Foul ball back to Tony Bowen, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. In scoring position, Shara Safer, though. Pitch by Steffen, going to be a little bit of an off-speed pitch, low and away, and that's going to be a foul ball that goes straight back. Somebody behind us made the catch to the approval of the fans. Hey, nice deal out here. If you're hungry for Chick-fil-A, you know what they're doing. You get a foul ball, you can take it back and get a Chick-fil-A sandwich coupon. Ball jammed inside, ground ball to the second baseman, and that's going to be a base hit. And diving in there, chest first at home plate is Schaefer, so the RBI goes to Bowen. So that's a base hit there by Tony Bowen. So a ground ball past the second baseman. Osterhouse did her best, dove for it, but even if she dove for it, she may not have been able to stop the swifty Schaefer. So we're not at up 2-2 here. with a runner on first base. So RBI there for Bolin with that single. And standing on first base. Up to bat now is the first baseman for Wapello, and that's a Noah, the sophomore. Step high inside. It's going to be a ball, a little bit too high. Second pitch on its way. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. Second pitch here. Drop ball inside. Could be for a called ball. Once again, 2-0. The umpire's wearing pink all week long, and kind of a cancer awareness deal. Very nice. Highway. Going to be a swinging strike. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike, so 1 out. 2 balls, 1 strikes, runner on first base. Inside the pitch, going to be called for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. A bunt single by Sheriff Schaefer started this inning off. A fly out by Smith, and then Bolin single. And the ball 4. So base on balls here now to Anessa Noah. So runners on first and second with 1 out here, and up to bat the 8th batter, freshman Morgan Rickenberger, who had a fluke single in the second. Ground ball to third. That's going to be an error off the wrist of the third baseman. So that's an E5, and bases are loaded. So bases loaded with rolling up. Rolling up here, bases loaded. The Beckman team meeting out in the center circle with 1 out. So the 9th batter up, who bunted once and then struck out. Then we get back to the top with Reed and then Sammy Ewert. So with 1 out, bases loaded, a lefty up. Game tie here, game tied 2-2. This is the top of the 6th inning. Beckman, the home team, in the third base dugout. That's for a ball. Batter in front of the box. That is a foul ball. Almost hit Coach Meisner over there. A near miss. He got a little bit of a smile on his face. So, man, yeah, that one almost got me. And so he's standing right in the dugout. Right, the dugouts don't have any fence. That is. Pitch runner coming in now for Wapello. So they, after 1 pitch, the Quinn Beach, an 8th grader, typically a courtesy runner in at second base for the first baseman, Noah. So Beach in at second. We've got bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. We're tied up 2-2 on a beautiful afternoon here, Tuesday afternoon in Fort Dodge. Class 2A consolation match. Game here, ball away, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike for Rowling. Defense in. High inside, and it's 3-1. Stephen missed that one high inside to the lefty. And so we got to have a strike here. We got to have something happen here. Otherwise, the walk will take the runner in, and that one's going to be a called strike right at the chest, right at the bottom of the sternum, and we got a full count. 3-2 count with 1 out. Full count pitch. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to bounce over Stephen for a single. 1 run in. Second run coming home, and they tag her out at the plate over to third base, and she is safe. So an RBI there, and scoring is Sarah Schaefer. So Schaefer scores, and it's 3-2 now. So Sheriff Schaefer scored 2 of the runs today for Wapello, 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 6th now. Wapello now with runners at 3rd and 2nd with 2 outs. Boy, that ball just bounced over the top of Stephen's head. This is going to be a fly ball down the left field line. That one's going to be hitting near the chain link fence inside, and it's going to be a foul ball. So at 3rd base, we've got Morgan Reckenberger running. Not a lot of speed, and out at 2nd, we've got Sammy Smith. So runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Pitch inside, going to be a ball, and it's 1-0. So 2 runs here. Now they're up 3-2. Wapello was down 2-1. Now they're back up. They got the lead back 3-2. This lead going back and forth. High away. This one's going to be for a called strike. So 2-1 count with 2 outs. Leadoff hitter up for Wapello, who struck out in the first inning, a sac bunt in the third, and a ground out in the fifth. This one's going to be low inside. Hits her off the shin, and that will be a hit batter. One of the rare things that Stefan very seldom does is a hit batter. And that will load the bases up once again here for Sammy Ewert. Ewert with a single in the first, a fielder's choice to third in the third, and a walk in the fifth. So on two times in this game. Low inside, a ball. Bottom of the sixth, the season about over for these teams. This is the last shot that they both made at the state. Wapello, first time since '99, and Beckman, first time ever. High. That one's going to be for a called ball as well. 2-0 counts. So Sammy Ewert up. So Beckman went to throw out at home for that other tag out, so they're only down by 1. And a called strike. A nice put out at home with the throw and the tag. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, ground ball up the middle again, back over to Stefan, and Stefan picks it up and throws over for the first stop for the put out. So for Wapello, in the 6th inning, they had 2 runs on 2 hits and they left 2 on, or 3 on, that is. So we played 6, top of 6. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. Beckman up here, trailing 3-2. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Tonight's a great time to try the new stuffed crust pizza at Pizza Ranch. Have one delivered while you're listening to the game, grab one for carryout, or enjoy the Pizza Ranch buffet. Then satisfy your sweet tooth with some chocolate cactus bread. Pizza Ranch in Manchester, Independence, and Owine.
Call Bi-County Disposal Incorporated for all your residential and commercial construction disposal needs. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaching staffs from Bi-County Disposal Incorporated in Dyersville, serving Dubuque and Delaware counties.
Contact me, Chad Frazier, at BC Land Services in Earlville for all your maintenance projects such as tree removal and trimming, small dirt work projects, lawn seeding, and more. BC Land Services is fully insured and licensed. Contact me at 563-590-8074 or on Facebook. And best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
Financial Strategies in Dyersville and Dave's Complete Construction in Delhi wishes everyone the best during tournament action. Good luck to all teams, players, and coaches.
Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back to the consolation round of Class 2A state softball here. Beckman and Wapello. The Blazers find themselves down 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Osterhaus to lead off for Beckman. Osterhaus hitless on today, so trying to come back here if she can. And the pitch, low away, ground ball up. Oh, goes off the glove of the first baseman, and that is going to go down as a single. So a single back to the shortstop. Big hit for Emily Wolfco. Excuse me, Wolfco. I'm sorry, it was Wolfco batting, not Osterhaus. So Wolfco hits one up the middle, and it goes off the glove of the lefty and bounces rolls into second base. So Shea Stefan up here, Beckman down by 1. Stefan batting. And the pitch can be a bunt back to the pitcher, first baseman. And the thrower gets away from the first baseman. And the runner at second goes to third. So Beckman, that's what that short game does for you. So that's going to be a error off the sack. And that puts runners at the corner now for Beckman. So runners at the corner for Beckman. Lauren Osterhaus up now with runners at the corners. Beckman down by 1. Defense playing back for Wapello. Rolling away the lefty with the curl. That's going to be a called strike. Possibility of a squeeze. They do have speed at third base. And the pitch can be high and away. That's going to be a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter. Osterhaus 0 for 2, a sack, and a fly out to the pitcher. Love to have her get a hit here and get Beckman get this game tied up. Low and away. That's going to be a called strike, and we're 1-2. 1-2 count here to the freshman. So Osterhaus with the pitch from Smith and ground. Going to be a fly ball over the second baseman. Hit in for a base hit. Beckman has tied it up, and the leading the throw to second base is Speedy Steffen. So another single. That is an RBI for Osterhaus. So Wolfkill, that lead off that. She scores. So that's an RBI. Runners at first and second. Beckman tied up 3-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning with McDermott up. Still no outs. And the bunt, kind of a push bunt. And that diving forward to first baseman, she's gonna be safe. And so a bit of a push bunt. The first baseman only had a shot at Joe for it. Couldn't quite reach the ball, and so it's gonna go down as a base hit. So another base hit. Bases loaded. Yeah, that was a push bunt. Yeah. Base hit, push bunt, base hit, bases loaded, no outs. Beckman in business here, tied up 3-3. Schmidt, inside pitch, going to be a ground to the pitcher. Pitcher from her knees throws home. Does she get it out? It's a force out. And so she forces out Steffen at the plate. So a fielder's choice. And so Steffen out with a 1-2. Boy, Smith had to fall to her knees to get that play and threw that one from both knees home. So now we've got bases loaded. Bases loaded. Beckenstead up here. Bases loaded. Beckenstead up. One bunt in the first. Fly out to the first baseman and a ground out to the second baseman. And hits one up the middle. Line shot that brings home the winning run, lead. Go ahead run and a second one. So Beckman with 2 runs in, 2 RBIs. Beckman now scored. They played at Lauren Osterhaus and Nell McDermott. And so Beckenstead with 2 RBIs with the single. So Beckman still with only 1 out. Beckenstead on first and on second. That would be McDermott. No, that would be Keely Schmidt, who gained first base off the fielder's choice. So Beckman up now 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
3 lead over Wapello with 1 out.
And coming into the ball game, still hitting now is Jody Welling, that is. Let's see, we got another courtesy runner here. And courtesy runner in now. No, Neppert will be running at second base. So Neppert will be running at second base. So at second, you've got Neppert. At first base, you've got Beckenstead. So you've got Speed at first and second. You've got just 1 out. Beckman already up with by 2 here, and they just got another inning to go. One more time, they've got to face Wapello, and this game will be over. But, boy, more insurance runs, the better. You never know how these state tournament games go. And here we go, the pitch from the lefty. Could be outside corner. It was called strike, that breaking ball. So Welling 1 for 3 for today. Ground out to the first baseman, a strikeout, and then a RBI single in the 5th. And so the second pitch going to be inside, going to jam. Going to be a pop-up infield fly called, and the batter's out with the catch by the second baseman. So that's an F4. So a fly out, 2 outs now. Runners on first and second, and Sydney Steffen up. And so let's see if the other team we can come through. This will probably be definitely more than likely. Yeah, this will probably be her last at bat here. Beckman up by 2 unless things get tied up. So let's see if Steffen can come through for her last hit in her high school career. That pitch will be outside for a ball. So 1-0. So 5-3 the score. Back in the box, Steffen stands. And the pitch. Breaking ball inside, that backdoor curve again. That's what Smith's bread and butter all day long, is that mixing it up a little bit, but I'd say 75% of her strikes are those outside curve balls breaking in across the plate, the back edge. So 1 ball and 1 strike against Stephen with 2 outs. 56-mile-an-hour fastball for a ball, so it's 2-1. 5-3 the score here. Beckman scored once in the second, once in the fifth, and 3 times in the sixth. Wapello scored 1 in the fourth and 2 in the sixth, so this 6th inning has been an active one for both teams. So Beckman answered back after losing that lead, and they've got it right back here with then some. They're up by 5-3 here, and it's now 3-1 count to Sidney Steffen. Steffen with a single in the fifth. Walked in the first, flew out to right field in the 3rd inning. Runners on first and base. 3-1 count. And the pitch, ground ball up the middle. And we got interference, got an explosion out there. The shortstop making the play, and then the runner running into her, and the glove flies off. And it went off of the glove of the. It went off the glove of the pitcher. But the situation is that the pitcher did not make the initial play. That's not how you do. Okay, so that's a good call there. And so 5-3 our scores. We head to the top of the 7th. And so Beckman plated 3 on, let's see how many hits do they have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got them down for 4 hits. And no errors, and they're left 2 on. So we'll take a break and come right back with the top of the 7th here from Holland Rogers Complex in Fort Dodge, the Class 2A final between Beckman Catholic and Wapello. The Blazers lead 5-3. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
Dan Oberbrackling Concrete and Excavating in Coggan is celebrating 50 years in business. Call Dan for all of your concrete and demolition projects.
Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Completion of 5 innings. Score.
Welcome back to Dodger Stadium here on the Holland Rogers Complex. And up to bat here for Wapello, we've got Maddie Reed, the 3rd batter, Sarah Schaefer, and then Sam Smith. So the lefty leads it off here for Wapello. Line drive to the shortstop in the first, a ground out to second, and a strikeout in the 5th. And so Wapello finds themselves down by 2. And the pitch by Steffen. There'll be a slap hit up the 3rd base line, and they're going to let it roll and roll and roll and roll. And it rolled. Smart move by Steffen to 3rd. That ball rolled parallel to the line for a good 10 feet. All it had to do was hit a rock and roll out of bounds, but that little bit of a slap paralleled the line and rolled and rolled and rolled. So a base hit goes down for Maddie Reed. So the tying run steps to the plate now for the Arrows.
Schaefer is the cleanup hitter.
So Schaefer strikeout on the day, a walk, and then a bunt single in the 6th. But Schaefer with 2 runs scored with 2 stolen bases. Line drive foul, just missed down the left field line. So Sarah Schaefer, this is a one to keep an eye on. She's only a freshman. Wow. For this kind of speed. High pitch, 1-1. So the shortstop freshman having a good year, batting .358. 1-1 count, low inside. That one's going to be a booming fly ball foul. 1-2. Schaefer's getting her money's worth here in this at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stephen's got to maybe pull a plug here, maybe throw something a little bit off speed. That's going to be another line shot that fouls off to the left side. So Schaefer hitting that ball hard. Left field from Beckman starting to shade over a little bit more to the left. And so to the top of the 7th inning here. So now McDermott shading over a little bit more down the left field line. Steffen pitching the little outside corner, gets the strikeout. So Stephan set her up inside, then came away with that outside pitch for the strikeout. So that is I believe it's the fifth strikeout for Stephan. They left the up now for Wapello. Sarah Smith, runner on first base. Tying runs at home plate here. Sarah Smith lined out to shortstop, ground out to second, and a fly out to the shortstop. High inside for a ball. 1-1 count. Beckman up here 5-3. This one's been a battle. Beckman led 1-0. Then was tied up for a 1-1 in the fourth. Line shot to left field. Wapello is not quitting yet by any means. Runners on first and second. So a line shot by Smith to left field. No extra base hits today so far for either team. Everything's been singles. So runners on first and second with one out. Up to bat is Tony Bolin. And it looks like a pinch runner's going into first base. So for Wapello, Olivia Malone, an 8th grader, pinch runner, stepping into the plate. So she's at first base now. So pinch runner at first. So they've got some speed at first and second. And a single by Bolin will score at least one if it's hitting the right spot. And if it's a gap, or we might see two in. And so here's the pitch, low inside, back to Stephan. Stephan at the mound, flips it over to first for the second out. But it arcs like a sacrifice, so a 1-3 ground out. And both runners move up. We've got a runner at third base and a runner at second with two outs. 5-3 to score here. Tying run at second base, and up to bat is Anessa Noah. Noah with a ground out to third, a ground out to the pitcher, and then a base on balls. High away, the pitch. Stephan, if she can get her sixth strikeout, Beckman will win this one here, top of the seventh here. This is the Class 2A regional, the Class 2A consolation round. And ball two. Next up for Wapello would be Morgan Rickenberger. And that one's going to be a bloop shit to left field, and it's going to be caught, and that brings the game to a close. Beckman in their inaugural trip to the state tournament wins this one 5-3 over Wapello. Final score. So the Blazers come from behind after trailing by one in the sixth, 3-2, with 3 runs in the bottom of the sixth. And that brings our game to a close as both teams celebrate on the field here as far as making the state tournament. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to Mix 94.7 FM KMCH.
Hello, this is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence. We are proud to support local school programs. So if you are looking for a new Chevy, Buick, or certified used car or truck, or just want to stop and say hi, stop in. That's Dunlap Motors in downtown Independence.
The staff at Bonecamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Homes in Earlville are proud to support all area athletes and coaches. Go teams!
Clayton Drug supports all the area athletes and coaches on a successful season. Stop in and visit with one of their pharmacists today and be sure to check out their large selection of home decor and gift items. Clayton Drug in Strawberry Point, a local pharmacy you can trust.
For the best selection of Chevy, Buick, and GMCs in the area, see Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester. We offer straightforward pricing and carry a low overhead, so we can pass those savings on to you. We also take care of you after the sale and offer a state-of-the-art service department with ASE trained technicians. For a full list of our inventory, visit us on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
Delhi Insurance Agency is dedicated to Delhi and the surrounding area, and they thank you for choosing them for your insurance needs. See your insurance experts, Christy, Larry, or Sue at the Delhi Insurance Agency.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back to Dodger Field here in Fort Dodge. Our contest completed. Beckman with the consolation win over Wapello 5-3. Beckman led at the end of 1-0, and that's the way it led until the top of the fourth, where Wapello put one across and extended it 1-1. Then Wapello took the lead in the top of the sixth, plating 2, and it was up. They were up 3-2. Beckman came back with 3 more in the bottom of the sixth, and that's how we stand here, 5-3. So a great year for the Beckman Blazers. Today, I believe they had 5 runs and 11 hits, 1 error and 7 left on base. Wapello, 3 runs and 7 hits, so 1 error and 10 left on base. So the Beckman Blazers will say goodbye to Heather Beckenstead, a senior, and Sydney Steffen, a senior. But other than that, everybody returns next year. So it's going to be interesting to see here. Those 2 players, outstanding leaders for the Beckman Trailblazers. I believe they've started since 8th grade years. So they've been around. They've been part of the program for half a decade. So, I'm going to say bye to a couple of outstanding seniors who I think will be continuing their career down at Stowe College. And so with that, this is Kevin Shookman. Thanks for listening. Good night. Good afternoon, everybody, and have a great day. You listen to Mix 94.7 FM KMC.